Streaming now. Cool. Let me clean up the desktop and should be good. Let me confirm few things, like am I actually live or not. Okay, we are. Now that's enough. Creator dashboard. Cool. Now the next thing I want to know, or I want to do is let's tweet. Let me send a tweet saying I am live, so that if somebody wants to see this, they can join. Building a Google Sheet based logging library, and the link is twitch.tv/theapache64. Cool. Now let me get a new browser window. So this is going to be KMP Wizard. Okay, we put our terminal here, and then what we will do is, I think I'll still need some time to set the stream up. There are a few more things to do. Just double checking things. Okay, the Twitch title is wrong. I need to change that. Building Google Sheet based logging library for Android, iOS, JVM and JS. Okay, I think Twitch title is now updated. I have to look at YouTube. Ideally, we should be updated. They should have been updated by Yeah, should have been updated by Restream, but for some reason they didn't. Now I have two. How do I do this? View your channel. Yeah. So building a Google Sheet based logging library for Android, iOS, JVM and JS. And cannot save until errors are solved. What's the error? No, it's not made for kids. I mean, there is no non-kid stuff here. Alright. Okay. Should be good. Should be good. Alright, let's start. So let me get a new to do. I don't have a new to do. Is that true? Yeah, let's get this. So the library name will be hey Suraj, how's it going, man? Cool. The library name is going to be slog. Stands for sheet plus log. It's a stupid name, but yeah, we'll go with that. First thing I want to do is set up the project using Campy Wizard. Campy project wizard. The another thing I want to do is create Google Forms and link with the sheet. Then I'm doing good, Suraj. Cool. Next thing I want to do is once we have the Google form, what we need is basically building the library, and for that we will use RetroSheet. Notes are not visible, only half is showing. I think that's going to be a problem. Let me check this thing. This is, I'm not sure if OBS is going to automatically resize this thing. Thanks for checking that, Suraj. Okay, it's fine then. Cool. Yeah. So add RetroSheet, then build a logging interface and link the form and create README, publish to Maven Central, and then Word. That's it, I guess. This is it. Cool. So first thing, set up project using Campy Wizard. For that, I'm going to choose this one. And this is my favorite library wizard now. So I'm going to name this slog, and the package name has to match my GitHub path. So this is going to be our GitHub.the Apache 64.slog. Cool. Now I'm targeting JVM, iOS, JS. Others are, I think, can use this somehow. This is not enough. This is not needed. It's fine. Now, what I need is, I don't need coroutine, serialization not needed, these not needed, this not needed, this is not needed. I don't think I need anything in here. Cool. Now let's download that template downloaded, and let me get this to here, and let me go to desktop, mv slog to documents, projects, and there you go. Now we are done with this. The next thing, okay, we are not actually done with that. We have few more things to do, but we can close this. We can put the browser to the side. Let's open IntelliJ, and let's open project. Yep. Cool. Let's make sure things are running fine. So also let's make sure we have all the necessary things needed. We have the shared directory. We have JVM, JS, iOS, common. Okay, what is shared? Okay, that's sample. Fine. Inside shared, we have common main. Cool. This is fine. Let's okay, it's syncing the project. How was your weekend, Suraj? Hey Baradeep, how's it going, man? How's your Sunday looking like? Today is Sunday, right? Oops. Did I quit everything? I think I quit the browser, which is fine. I can get back up to browser. Browsers are too good these days to get revived. Okay. I hope I accidentally pressed the to all buttons. Is it Monday? Oh. I think it's because of the holiday I'm in a Sunday mode. Funny, right? Cool. Yeah. Hi, weekend was good. I'm from India. It's Monday. We all are Indians here. This is purely an Indian stream. I'm from Kerala, by the way. I don't know Hindi. Otherwise, I would have been speaking in Hindi or something. I don't know Hindi that much. Okay, let's go back to our project. Glad we didn't nuke this thing. Okay, so we have all these things set up. By the way, this wizard is like crazy good. I love this. This actually beats the official KMP wizard. How's your experience with Juni? Did you get access to Juni? I think it's in a waiting list, right? Do you have access? And what's your experience with it? Cool. Let's spin up our JVM. I love JVM because it's the fastest to debug things. Okay, that's my lazy reminder. Okay. Okay, let me also show off the lazy remainder I have. So I have this tiny little thing, so that will ask, okay, I can't open this, it has some work stuff in it, so I can't, I'll show off this later. Okay, so let's open JVM. Actually, we don't need compose for this. This is going to be purely, this is going to be purely KMP. So is there any way I can just say I don't need compose? No, right? I think in library I don't have, or hold on a second, do I have? No, it's fine. I think this is fine. I got the invitation yesterday, but my student license expired. I have to get IntelliJ Ultimate to try it. Nice. So wait a second. So student license. Oh, you need the ID also, right? How hard is to get a student license? Like, how is the process? Do you have to be from a reputed college to get it, or anything would work? Or is there any background check they do? Yeah, I am still in the old UI. For some reason, I don't get the hang of the new UI. So what I do is every time update or install the ID, there is this, thank God there is this classic UI plugin that you can install, and then you will get the theme back. Maybe it's habit, I don't know, but I love this thing. This has like, maybe it's a habit. I don't want to explain why I love this. It's definitely the habit. The new UI looks great, but for me it doesn't work. I'm getting confused on what these were. Maybe I'll get used in some time, but I don't know. Cool. Do we have the project running? What happened? Okay, there is an error. Why my error window is empty? Well, let's reopen. Somebody put bad eye on my on my ID, on my old theme. Yeah, sometimes boring feels less overwhelming. Nice. What are you guys working on, Beradib? Mr. Who Knows 55? What are you guys working on these days? Any interesting project? What's exciting in your life these days, if not projects? Why I'm still having this? Okay, this is probably happening because it comes from the AWT. Hold on a second, let's sync. Oh, by the way, I put this F5 as the sync button, and it's so great. Like, as in, like, if I want to sync, I just press F5 rather than going into finding in Gradle and then clicking on this, or typing multiple keys. F5, just refresh. Just works so great. The question is why I am still getting error, right? Let's find that. Okay, the dimension class. Why my dimension class? What if I do not add this? And by the way, why the, okay, we have to do one more thing. So before making, let's initialize it. Let's create a repo, and this is going to be slog. Now our GitHub repo is created. Let's point URL. Let's also do first commit, and let's push this. And after this, we can go to GitHub. Our repo is set up. Let's go to settings and let's swap the main with master, and we have the repo running. The next thing I want to do is delete the, not the GS base branch, delete the main branch because I use master. Work some AI voice thing. Personal just started with KMP Habitica kind of app last weekend. You also use Habitica? I'm a big fan of Habitica, man. How long have you been using it? I've been using Habitica for like more than 5 years, and I'm still at level 4 or 5. I don't go up. I went until like 8 or 7, but I then went back. Maybe I'm using it brutally. I don't know. How is Habitica working for you? It's good to know that these productivity tools. Yeah, what is Habitica? So it's a tool that is basically a Jira board, but for just for you. You can track your habits. It's more like habit tracking gamified. I wish I could show my Habitica dashboard, but it's super cringy at this point. You will have everything there that you want to become, as in like, you know, do that, do this, don't do that, don't do this, such things. By the way, boys, why this is still loading? Why this still shows error? Okay, now it's time to go directly into. Okay, we have things running now. Why it was not working, I don't know. Maybe this thing doesn't work. Maybe you have to click here and, you know, manually run it. But anyway, it's fine. What I am going to do is, I'm not going to do compose in here, or should I? Let's do compose also. It's fine. Cool. Now let's remove all the junk from this. Do we have a unit test, Fibonacci test? Do we have a test in here? That's fine. Cool. Now we'll create our class, which is going to be a singleton. Simple. And this will have one thing. And we can also create a class called config. Wait, let me turn off this Copilot thing. Oh, that's nice. I haven't used it much, but I want to make something similar for personal use. Use APIs to track habits and manual tracking too. Nice. I told you I have this tiny to-do tracking, right? This lazy input tracker. So I have integrated this with the Habitica also. So whenever I create my tasks from terminal, or, you know, plan my day, it also kind of create task in my Habitica, so that it gives me a reward also if I finish this. So that is also there. They have like a cute little simple free API. That's great. Gamify habits and rewards is really good to stay consistent with habits. Yeah, correct. It works. Cool. Now, before going into the, you know, further class creation and all, I usually do going into the sample, and we will have this in here. Link for that tool, it's habitica.com. I'm typing this in chat, habitica.com. Cool. Now we'll create a button. Okay. Why there is no simple button? Why things are so hard? Why? I don't have the compose dependency in there. Wait, compose app I have, and in my common main I don't have compose dependencies. So what I'll do is, I'm going to ditch compose, because it's not a compose app, and since the dependencies are also not there, I don't want to spend time building that. So we will go in here, we will go to JVM main, we will come here, we will remove this. But where is this window coming from then, if I don't have that? Interesting. Oh wait, I think I opened the wrong file last time. It has compose setup. So correction, I have to get the is that a compose UI? Is that how things are coming from? And I also, okay, I think that's enough for me now, right? Let's see. For me, that's enough. So second thing we need to do is we have to put some bookmarks. So add bookmark. Okay, I think I have add bookmark. This thing has different settings than my studio. It's just not going to work for now, but fine, that's fine. The first thing we are going to do is we will create a button. Clicking on the button, we will send some logs to Google Sheet. That's it, simple. Okay, we will do further config like tags, user identifiers and things like that. But for now, this is enough. Okay. So do we have this sync done? And do we have the button now? No. So from which package the button usually come from? Compose button. It comes from the material package. Do I have to have the material package triggered button? There is no other simple variants. I think we have to, right? Okay, let's get material then. Do I have material? We'll go material 3. Alright, by the way, we have box and things. Yeah, so let's get button. Okay, there is a button. We'll get our text component in here. Log me. Okay, wait, we'll call slog me. And we'll put a rocket icon there too. Okay, then our click listener. The amount of dependencies required for compose are insane. Yeah, it's a good in a way though. It's also bad in some other way. Like when you have like one single dependency, you are sacrificing on your build time and all sort of things. And when you have like different dependencies, you have the option to swap things. For example, I can just skip material 3 and I can replace with some UI libraries. Other than that, but at the same time, it's frustrating to maintain each. I think these days they have this compose bomb, but it's a little hard to understand also. Like, it's not simple when looking at the Gradle file. I understand that. Cool. Let's go. So slog, log, or should I call slog? What should be the function name? Slog log sounds boring. So what do we do? Slog. Oh, by the way, I read this small article from PY. Is that the domain name? PYWTF? Yes. Is this the domain? This is where he posts the articles. Yeah. There was this thing about logging. I don't think he. Oh, it's not there. Yeah, the Lee Canary guy. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think there is a blog with respect to it, but I think I got it from some podcast. Basically, he was mentioning that usually we do logs like this, right? We have a println or logd statement which we directly pass a string. And in release build, with respect to Android apps or any production app, I would say, in release build, we don't do those logs, right? We don't print it, we just skip it. But those calls actually create a string. And if I look at a project, and if it's a huge project, you will have tons of logs and strings in there, and all these strings get created, right? So it's more like you are creating string object in production. You are creating those million, or I don't know, million, I can't say million, a ton of string objects that is not going to be used in there, and it takes memory. So what he was suggesting to do something like a lambda approach, where the lambda will be only resolved in the release app so that your strings won't get created. It is an interesting approach to follow. We will come back to that, but for now we'll just keep it simple. I haven't done much benchmarking or things like that to understand it better. I just heard this, Lambda helps, theoretical also. But yeah, Napier uses Lambda approach. Oh, what is Napier? Is that a library? Oh, I saw this yesterday, I guess, in one of via the wizard or something. Yeah, you have to use this in. I think this is from the Xcode. They don't have good logging system. You have to use emojis. In fact, I think I also had this one library called log. Is that how? Yeah. I think this is 7 years old. This was when I was working in iOS. I did a similar thing. You have to have these emojis to do logging in iOS. But yeah, I never went back to iOS. I spent 6 months and then I never went back. I hate it. Cool. JVM we have. Okay, okay, he has the VD approach. Mr. Who knows, you were talking about some other libraries or it's this one only? Oh wait, they have a log variant, okay, Lambda variant also. That's cute. Is there a mention of this Lambda? No. The only docs mention the, got it. I think they do have both the variants. And I would like to understand this better. In some cases, you also will have some kind of object to string call also in your logs, right? And this thing is beneficial in there when you have such things. I think this is we have to do this, right? Nice. Okay. Interesting. But there is one problem with this, I guess. No, there is no problem with this. This is nice. It doesn't look good, maybe, I don't know. Like, syntax doesn't look that great. I mean, even if I do it, I will end up doing this. There is no other way around it. Right? Yeah. Let's do one thing. Let's ask Claude to understand this better. Why logging libraries like uses Lambda approach for logging in Kotlin or Android? What's the advantage I get from this rather than calling the function directly? I know it's obviously Lambda resolving and object creation part, but just want to confirm if there is other than anything. Okay, lazy evaluation, that's first thing. Same thing that we discussed. Yeah, reduce overhead in production, clear syntax for complex logs, consistent with Kotlin idioms, scope extensions. I think that's it. There is nothing new about it. We were on the same page. Okay. I think I close my logging KMP. Was that? Okay, anyway, let's go back to this. Cool. Our syntax is also going to get aligned more with the logd class in Android. First, let's do the bare minimum thing. Just debug logs. So we will do this. Okay. Hello slog. Okay. So this is how we are going to do this. Create extension function, create member function. Fine. We will come back to this. And before doing this, we need a setup function. For that, we need a setup function even before going in here. So what I'm going to do is we will have slog.setup. Okay, slog.init sounds better, right? And then this is where the magic starts to happen. We need a Google form. Yeah, so we need a Google form. Let me create that form. So I'm going to name this yeah, slog sample, and this will have message, right? Simple. And we will make this as a paragraph, maybe, I don't know. And this is necessary. Everything needs a message. Now we will click on the publish. Anyone with the link, we'll manage this. We will go to editor view, general access, responder view. Only people with access can open with the link. Okay. Responder view, anyone with the link. That's it, right? What is editor view? Okay, this is editor who can edit the form. Fine. This is what we need. And how do we get this link out of this? Wait, why this is called still unshared form? Wait a second, we need to change this. Okay, that changed. Weird. Publish. Okay, where is the link? Simple response management. Stop and start responding. Okay, got it. Things have changed quite a bit in here, I guess. Okay, we copied the link. Yeah, click the publish one. Yeah, got it, Suraj. I think it's been some time I created a new form. Things have changed slightly, I guess. But yeah. Okay, we have to give our Google form URL here. Okay, whatever we copied, we paste in here. And then we need to create a member function here. Okay, and this is our form URL. Okay, now first, the next thing we need to do is we need to get our library in here. So to do this, we need our library. Now, how do we get the library? Okay, where is this coming from? Do we have a version catalog also created? Yep, we do have. So this is retro sheet. I'm going to pull retro sheet, and this is 300 alpha 2, the version I released yesterday. The plugin coordinates will be okay, sorry, it's not a thing. So it's called retro sheet and module io.github.apache64 and retro sheet, and the version ref is this. Version catalog was meant to simplify things, but I think this is more work than just copy pasting one signature. The only advantage you get with the version catalog for me is actually the build time improvement when I have, and that is also in a multi-module project, not in here. All right, that's fine. Cool, let's go. Now, how do I call this? libs.retrosheet. I should be able to call it like this, right? Okay, let's sing this. F5. In future, you can add support for specific services, email account to have write access using. Yeah, good point. Yes. I think that's a really good suggestion, right? That's a really good suggestion. Okay, I'm going to create a feature request for this project. This is going to be support other services, and I'm going to paste this in here. That should be created. Issue number 1. Congratulations, Mr. Who knows. You got the first issue number. Okay, we have RetroSheet set up. Now we need RetroSheet in here. So the easiest way is to go to RetroSheet repository, and let's put this side by side. And in here, cool. Now we will create one more class here called core. It's going to be a file. And this will have all the internal stuff that we need. So first thing we did, we added the dependency. We have Maven Central. We created the form. Oh, we didn't set the form destination. That we have to do. And I need responses, link to sheets, create a new sheet, create. Cool. Great. Cool. Now let's go to here. We have response, we have these things, we have sheet created. Okay, this is what we need. I'm just going to copy this and yeah, internal fun init form URL. Wait a second, why do I have to do this? We will refactor this later. For now, let's just hard code things. I mean, just put it everything in one place. We'll split this and refactor later. Now retroshoot config enable to resolve. The first question is, did my library sync or not? So to check this, we just remove it first. We press the F5. We'll run the project and see if there is an issue with the dependencies. This way we will get to know if it's a dependency added or not. I think it's not added, but let me try with main JVM. I think it's added, not implemented. Now the question is why this is not coming in here. It's in common main. I added it in common main. Now, oh wait, I think I did one stupid thing. I added it there. It should be in shared. Stupid me. Actually, inspired from you, I created similar for Python backend, and there I would to restrict the sheet to only few emails to have write access. In the sheet, I was logging only important things. Was very helpful to debug things in pro. That's nice. Actually, the sheet is the readability of this. I mean, unless you need to read from the sheet, you can put this as completely private. We are going to do that in here because these logs shouldn't be visible to others, right? So for example, if I share this sheet link in the chat, it shouldn't be visible to you. You only get the form. Cool. I think we have this setup. Let's run the thing. Okay, now we have this. Now we'll add logging for now. I'm not going to read from the sheet, so I can remove this, and I'm going to replace this form with this and form URL. Okay, now this part is slightly important. We have to use add log here. Okay, wait, I'll create internal const val form endpoint. I'm gonna say add log. Okay, this is slightly important. I'll come to this, but for now I'm just going to use it as a constant in here. Now we have the Ktor client, we have this thing in here. The next thing we need to do is create an interface, right? So internal interface slog, and not readable. Cool, thanks for confirming that. Now we need something like this, the interface. We'll copy this, and what we need is okay, why it's copied twice? We don't need read. I'm removing this. Now here I will say form endpoint, or let's say slog endpoint. Okay, this is going to be add log. Okay, now this is also slightly important when you create the model. Should have covered in the sample what is actually not, but yeah, it's fine. Serializable, and this is going to be our log object. Okay, now here is going to be data class log, and serial name will be hold on a second. The serial name of this thing should be what? Oh, it should be whatever I added in here. So I'm going to say message. Message. I'll just say message. I'll make it short. Okay. And we have not API. We have slog API, and this is internal. This is purely internal stuff. This is also internal, right? Cool. Now what else is needed? We have that, we have this, we have to build our retrofit client. Okay, so we'll do that. Why this is pasting twice? Did you see that? Command V, now it pastes fine. If I copy it from here, paste it, it pastes twice. Why? Let's check that too. IntelliJ paste twice. Okay, IntelliJ multiple text copy paste option. No. Pasting in always copy. Pasting in always paste the text twice. Okay, that's the issue I'm having. Let's see if this is an easy fix or not. Do you use pop click? In this case, you experience this issue. Blah, 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 blah. Dear user, this issue closed and cannot be reopened. Accept. No, this is a valid issue. 3 years ago. Submit a new ticket. It's a pain. I'll come back to this later if it's an actual pain for me. Okay, now we will do retrofit, and what we need to do is we need to call the create logs API. Yeah. The status will be create slog API. This will give compile time error. This is because the ktor things need to build it again. Okay, now I guess let's try to build this and see what happens. I will need to add a new plugin. Let's see what happened here. Wait, this is base URL. This is the sheet, and actually I don't need a sheet because I don't read from it. Let's do one thing. Let's see what happens if I skip this. Let's see. Okay, this is going to give some error. Yeah, see, that's the problem. We need to add few more things. Those things are actually ktor, and I think I should update this to the guide. Let's see. Let's fix this ourselves, and we'll do one thing. We will hit with retro sheet error. Right now, whatever we do is the fix and things that we need to add in the guide also, because I think I forgot to add the ktor fit in here. Cool, let's go. Here what we need is the ktor fit thing. So to do this, the easy way is to go to the, okay, in fact I don't have to go to the open the project. I can just look here, go to the sample, and not in the sample actually. Come back to this. Library. What we need is this thing, and we have to do it. That next thing I need is this thing, and I probably will need the serialization library also. Or wait, let's do one by one. Let's fix one by one. Otherwise, we will end up adding things that we actually don't need. Okay. Now, get or fit. To add this, I will need some Copilot help. So, we need get or fit. Is that? I don't think that's a new version. Get or fit. Yeah, also get or fit. 250, 6 hours ago. Okay, what's new? KSP, Kotlin 210, Ktor 312. Okay. And where is this release coming from? What is that? 230, 241 to 250. And fixed release issue but plan changes for 251 included in the release. Bundle Procard update Ktor. I think let's use 250. It's good to, or wait. Let's use the same version as others use. No, let's see. This is super new stuff, so we may get new issues, but let's see where we are. I think Fosso did a great job maintaining the consistency with the retrofit library, as in, like, if you want to migrate from RetroSheet to retrofit, you have to just update. You just have to update this thing. I got a noise from one of my colleagues. I didn't know about get or fit actually. So he mentioned that, okay, there is this thing called get or fit and we can do this. So that's when the whole V3 journey started for RetroSheet to make it multi-platform. Cool. All right, let's go. Enough history and enough blah blah. Where is the dependency? I think I can rely on this thing. Let's test that also. So libraries, get or fit. Do you know the signature? It doesn't know the signature. It doesn't know. It's not still good enough. Installation. I need these two, but I'm starting to hate the version catalogs to be honest, because I can't just copy paste thing. And I mean, in Android Studio, in the latest version or somewhere, I saw the studio suggesting a quick fix to, change your hard-coded string dependency coordinates and directly move that to the tom file. But that's not happening in here. If I look at here, right, like if I use the library directly here, I won't get a warning. It's just too much fragmentation. Yeah, correct, exactly. Now let's do it I'm hating this, man. And I have to do this. Okay, let's go. Get or fit. I'm hating the let me turn off the Copilot thing also. Okay, version ref. Get or fit. Okay, I think that should do it. Now here I have to use this thing, and I'm hating it, man. I think I have to use, okay, version ref is the get or fit. Fine. Cool. I'm just curious, is there any Primagen fans here? Have you seen the recent podcast with Lex Friedman? Okay, we have things are getting downloaded. That's better. Let's go in here. We will need the KSP plugin also. Kotlin version is 2120. We will use that. HGP861 Compose 171. I'm not sure other things are stable with this, but we'll see. Yeah. Seen few chapters. Nice. That guy is like extraordinary, I would say. his the way where he came from and how he's doing right now. It's great. Such an inspiring guy, right? I mean, if you know about him, it is a huge inspiration for me. Okay, now we need a KSP version, and getting the KSP version is another painful thing. KSP version. Opening it 2120, yes. I don't know if you guys know, but I had this tool called GPM that kinda does the same thing, but that does thing for npm. So basically you can call GPM IOC HTTP and it will basically add the dependency and everything in just, in 2 clicks. That's it, with the comment also. I think I will have to add support for this toml and all those things now, because it seems super painful to adding dependencies and all. Cool. Let's copy this thing. Plugin, this is KSP. Okay, and version.ref. So repetitive, right? Okay, let's get back. KSP, I'll add it before this, and I assume this is a ID issue. It will get fixed once I refresh this. Cool. I think we have things we need as from dependency perspective. See what I'm talking about, one action here to move this to toml file, and that will be at least helpful in here. Yeah, adding dependency, why CLI is always better. I don't know, or maybe now why JetBrains don't give a great CLI devex. True. Thinking about that, yes, not much CLI stuff. There was one plugin, I guess, but that's still within the IDE. Let's check that. There was one plugin, right? Dependency, I don't know what they call it. But marketplace, Maven dependency helper. Okay, this is for Maven. Gradle dependency formatter. We don't need formatter. Wait, Gradle dependency. Sorry for the typo. I think Google is smart enough to correct my stupid mistakes. Gradle dependency plugin. Gradle dependencies. Add Maven artifact dependency. Okay. See, there is one thing in here. This is in 2024.3, and where am I right now? 3. Nice. Okay. See, there is some kind of option. Press Command N to open the generate. Add Maven artifact dependency. Oh, I didn't know this. Let's try this. Command N. No. I think I have a different shortcut, but let's check generate. Okay, it's Alt. Okay, it's Shift N for me. No, Alt N for me. Wait, this is Alt, right? This arrow thingy. I'm not sure, but why should JetBrains be responsible for all CLI? Shouldn't it be Gradle? I mean, you're thinking about that. Yes, true, but see, it's IDE. I don't want it to be IDE. I want it to be easier. And JetBrains is not entirely an IDE company, right? They do different dev stuff. They do language. They do other tools that helps developers. So CLI is also falls into the category where they can do some side projects. I don't know. Cool. It's debatable. Technically, Gradle should be responsible. Correct. Yeah, technically, yeah, Thingy or Gradle should be responsible. Technically, Maven should be responsible. Like if you think about it, right? Like Gradle is just a system that built around Maven, and oh, I don't know. It's very debatable. Cool. Anyway, that's not our concern in here. Let's manually check generate this thing. Where is this? I don't have that option. Is this only available for Gradle? And KTS is not supported yet. Is that true? Is that true? Gradle dependency and plugins helper. See, use smart type completion in dependencies. Okay, let's look at some demo. I don't know what happened to the demo, but it looks like it's images, but I don't understand. But let's look at the README. Smart type completion. Okay, that's what you need. Support Gradle and Gradle KDS. Okay, use JSender API. It's pretty old. I don't think it works or not now. Then let's go to plugin homepage. Let's see if there is any review recently. I assume this is a post date and not the IDE version. Yeah, so 2024 doesn't do anything for me inside no code completion. This is probably happening because of the JSender deprecation or sunsetting. So that doesn't work. So in case if you guys are interested, this is a opportunity to build a tool within IDE, within CLI. Cover the gap, please. Okay. Since there is not much help from tools, let's move forward. Let's run our program and see if we have the compile time issue solved. Okay, we have one issue in here, and that's slog API. And let me double check. What's my API name? It's slog API. So the name should be create slog API based on KTOR documentation. Okay. Now why this is not working? Let's check that. We have KTOR library. We have KSP. So that should generate things. Common main has KTOR. That should also do it. Oh wait. This is maybe not a KTOR thing. It's a KTOR thing. What we need is maybe we will need KTOR also. Let's go to the documentation also in here. Let's see what we need. Is Fosso mentioned anything about KTOR? No, right? 250K. You can use KTOR fit blah 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 blah. This will add KTOR client core dependency and not the platform. This will give you one more control over the KTOR is based on you don't need to add an extra dependency for the default clients when you want to use KTOR plugins for things like that. You need to add the dependencies and they need to be compatible 3.1.2. That's the problem we just hit. So we need dependencies there as well. So let's go to slog GitHub, and not slog GitHub actually. Let's go to RetroSheet. Let's look at the dependencies I added it to work last time for this library. Interesting. I didn't have it here because I am not using KTOR inside the library. As in, like, I don't use interface inside the library, but I should have what I need in the sample, and that should be in here. And Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Content negotiation. Yeah, and I think content negotiation actually going to get the library internally. Why did the music stop? Why did the music stop? Okay, fine. Interesting, right? I don't need content negotiation. I need the core client. So how do I get the core client? So let's go to Ktor documentation. Okay, ktor.io.docs. Let's welcome.html. Get started with Ktor server. I need Ktor client. And don't show me IDE stuff. I need core. Yes, this is the dependency. And let's go back to our, oh my god. Ktor module. Inversion ref Ktor. I'm done, man. 310. Okay. I'm hating it. Then this is shared, right? Yes. And this is Ktor client core. And it's better to be named as Ktor core. Toml. Ktor core. Cool. Now client CIO. Do I need client CIO there? I don't. Because I don't need, or maybe I don't know, I will need, I don't know, let's see. I'm also learning in here. Okay, we have that. See, now it has Ktor creates log, so we just need a core lib and the plugin and things should be fine. Now why this is returning an error? Shouldn't return. And yeah, shouldn't return. Now what we need is, we need to save this interface somewhere. Okay, I'll call this slog API interface, or slog API simply put. And this will be a late init var, which slog API will point at to, and we'll come back to this. Okay, Mr. Who Knows asks, if these dependencies are already part of this slog library, then why have to add it in sample? So there are two types of dependencies, right? One is APIs and then the implementation dependencies. So if I look here, whatever dependency I mention in here as implementation won't be available directly in the library. For example, you won't get Ktor client and things when you integrate RetroSheet. Okay, you have to use API to do that, to let your consumers use your internal libs. And I can do that. Maybe I should do that so that my consumers or users, my library users, don't have to add it. We will think about this. So I'm going to create cd RetroSheet issue add, or let's say improve installation process. Think of adding Ktor as API dependencies and update readme. Okay, so yeah, I'll think about it. Something that I need to think before doing it. I will come back to that. Now let's then the problem might be they already using a different kernel version. So possible conflict. I mean, at the end of the day, your end binary, whether it is APK, whether it is a DMG, whether it is a jar file, it will only have one Ktor version. Whether I use API or implementation doesn't matter much, because at the end Gradle is going to pick the latest version, and there shouldn't be any version conflicts because library should be backward compatible. That means, let's say we have a V2 library and a V3 library, and when someone migrate from V2 to V3, ideally they shouldn't get any compile time errors or runtime errors. Yeah, so that both compile time errors should be called out in some migration guide or something, but yeah, that backward compatibility should be maintained. That's how things don't crash. That's how you can just update a number and use the library. That's the whole idea of that. Okay, cool. Let's move forward. Let's do slog API, add log and log, and we'll just call message in here. We will have, oh wait a second, did you see that? We need a scope, so we'll use a coroutine scope and we'll use dispatches.io. We don't have dispatches, that's because we don't have coroutines in here. Another stupid thing I have to add, coroutines core, and I wish, let's see if this thing can solve it. Do you know what I need here? Do you know I need coroutines core? Do you know the coordinates for that? Okay, now it's enabled. Do you know? It knows, thank God, but it took the wrong version, I guess, because coroutine version is not Kotlin version. I mean, Maven Central, wait, see, this is stupid, man, this is stupid. I'm disabling Copilot again. I'm going to say coroutines. Do I have a typo? No, right? Now 1101. Okay, now I should have dispatcher.io. Wait, I don't have a dispatcher.io. Why? Did I add it again in here? No, right? Common main coroutines core. I think in Kotlin dependency management is not as Dart dependency. How's Dart dependency management works? Do you have something like npm or something that you can type in the terminal and that's how you add dependencies? I haven't worked with that. Anybody know why we don't have dispatches.io in common main? This should be coming from coroutines core. Okay. Why? Common main doesn't have IO. Is it? Dispatcher.io. It's Android. I see, but IO. But the API should be there, right? As in, like, every system has an IO. Like iOS has a. I mean, you need something to back this up, right? Module with main dispatcher is mixing. No. Dispatcher main. No, cloud. Why common main can't have dispatcher.io? Kotlin coroutines. Terminate. Coroutines. You need JVM coroutine. I see. Wait, let's see this. Let's look at this first. Can't directly use dispatcher because its platform is pretty functional. That's not available across the world. The dispatcher is part of Kotlin coroutines library and is specifically designed for IO bound operations on the JVM platform. Okay, it is implemented using a thread pool optimized for blocking blah 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 blah. You have few options to handle this. Use dispatcher.default in common main for CPU bound tasks as it's available across platforms. Okay. Create an expected declaration in common main and provide actual implementation in the platform. So I will do IO dispatcher in here and actual will be coming from here. Others can use that. That's better, right? Because for my purpose, I don't need the default. I'm not doing anything CPU intensive. Kotlin X coroutines. Hold on a second. Let me open this in here because I will miss the chats otherwise. Yeah. Do they have any other workaround apart from doing, adding it this myself? Dispatcher.io. 76 hard to find. Is there anything that you want to show, Arjun? Is there anything apart from any easier way apart from adding expect and all sort of things? Why history is not coming up? I think we can do that. Going to do expect. What was the syntax? What was the syntax? Expect val. It's a variable which is a okay. IO dispatcher, and it should be a coroutine dispatcher. Okay, then I can use it in here. Now, common main implementation coroutines core 110. I do have coroutines core. So in my common main, I do have coroutines core, and that's not doing the trick. It has other dispatchers, obviously. Let's do this. Let's go create. Okay, now we have some use case for this. So what is this? JVM main, right? We'll go do the Kotlin thing. That's why they say don't hard code the dispatcher. Now I get it why. Okay, let's create a package. Or let's do one thing. Let's move this. No, I'm super lazy at this point, I guess. I already did slog. And inside slog, I will have a core class. Oh wait, we'll refactor this later. We'll just put everything in one file now. And what I need here is actual val. Actual val IO dispatcher dispatchers.io. Okay. And in other platforms, what are the other platforms we do? We do have other platforms. We'll come back to that. Another question I have is there any way I can say that, okay, is there any way I can declare a default attribute in here so that I don't have to okay, let me ask Cloud. In Kotlin multi-platform, is there any way I can set a default value for expect area, so that I don't have to add the same value in other variants. Yep. Give me a second. Let me mute the mic for a second. I'll come back in a minute. Okay, I have to drop in a few minutes, but let's finish this thing and we'll come back later sometime after I eat something. Super hungry right now. Cool. Okay, what do you say? You can't directly set default values in expectation that you would propagate also. It doesn't. Okay, wait. The expect declaration defines a contract that all actual implementation must fulfill, but it doesn't provide default values. However, there are few approaches you can use to avoid duplicating the same default values across platforms. Common source set solution. That is cute, right? You can have one module, then use that. This is interesting, right? Common main, you have this. Common main, you do this. And yeah. Oh, wait a second. I thought different way. I thought we'll have one module that you can. Okay, you can't use actual in there. It won't work. This is the only way to do it. Use the default. Use an intermediate abstract class. This is approach number 2, right? Okay. Use an intermediate abstract class in the common source set. So in common main, I can have something like this. And in common main, I can have this. Interface with default. Interesting methods, right? Like all 3 methods are looking good to me at this point. Okay, now interface with default method. This is I think even better. I don't know. Let's see. You have interface, you have a method, you have a default function here. You call here. In common main, you expect have a class like this. In platform implementation, you implement it, and since you are extending an interface, you have a default. This is tricky, right? This looks good. This should be default my class, right? And then it makes sense with respect to naming. Cool. All right. I think I'll do this, but I have to drop now. Thanks for everyone tuning in. We will keep the errors like this. This is one of the tips that Alex Tail, the composable guy, mentioned, that when you when you pause working on something, you pause with an error, so that when you come back to the project, you will have an instant context switch. You don't have to actually find what you need to do next. The compiler will tell you what to do next. Cool. I think thanks everyone for tuning in. I'll see you sometime later. If I get some time today I will come back in few hours, but if not, sometime tomorrow.